come to the place where you give up fear. Hey everybody, this is your leadership coach Glassine, and in this video you're going to watch me coach one of my clients and help her to build her confidence muscle. See you in a bit. We want that.
Right. And
that's
you know what?
And
I just haven't been doing that. Like at all.
That's called the work.
Right.
And all of us have to be doing the work, because as a leader, if you don't do the work in yourself, how can you expect to do the work in other people?
Right.
If I haven't been doing what I'm telling you right now,
right.
I could not explain it to you
right.
in a simplistic way that I'm explaining it to you, because when I'm learning it, it's not that easy. It's
right.
it's in these books about this thick. And I'm like, what does that mean? And I have to wait months and sometimes years to get an understanding of what that meant.
Right.
And I'm giving it to you in very simplistic form so that you will start working on yourself.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things that you can start doing is silencing your mind. Silencing that voice.
Literally, I overthink everything. You know?
Which is cool. And the reason why I'm saying it's cool, because your mind, if I say that it's not cool, your mind is going to go into protective mode.
Right.
Hey, why is that not cool? Hey, it's going to go into protect.
Yeah.
So you gotta hack your mind.
Yeah, harness it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You know, I go off on a tangent every time I hear something. I'm an analyst. Okay, cool. That's my personality type or whatever. And we got to stop claiming stuff.
Right.
Stop claiming stuff that somebody else made.
Right.
Stop claiming a test that somebody else made.
Yeah.
And start claiming who we are, who we know ourselves to be, because there's something in us that's saying, I'm not like that. I don't know.
Right,
I don't know where you got that from.
If you look at horoscopes, if you look at enneagrams, if you look at personality types or whatever, like you don't fit into something completely and fully and wholly, you know?
Because we were never meant to fit in.
Right.
We were always meant to stand out.
Yeah.
That's how we were created.
Right.
We're never, and I repeat that, we're never meant to fit in.
Right.
Because as you can tell, there's a whole bunch of other entrepreneurs out there, and they're doing a bunch of great stuff on their channels and Instagram and everything. Everyone has a different voice, but the same message.
Maybe I just always wanted to fit in, you know? Maybe I just wanted to be accepted, you know?
And I'm going to say this. If you never come to the place where you accept yourself, you will never feel accepted.
Right.
By anybody else.
Right.
You always have to come to the place where you accept yourself first. If I can just give this last, if it was my last day on earth and I had to give you a piece of advice that I had to learn the hard way, growing up in Miami, Liberty City, feeling the same way but worse, is that you cannot give what you don't have. You cannot give what you don't have. If you're feeling like you want to fit in and that you don't fit in, it's just that you have not come to the place within yourself that you're fitting in within who you are. You're not comfortable in your own skin.
I think I'm out of wanting to fit in, but I think growing up is I just wanted to, like, cover myself or whatever, like even in every aspect to try to fit in.
You got to be comfortable. You got to
Right.
be comfortable in your own skin.
Right.
That's why
owning it,
that's why you hear, that's why when you talk about stories and you hear about stories where women are, viewed as more promiscuous or whatever, or especially the Bible, when you hear about the Bible, they talk about women, Rahab and all these women in prostitution. You never heard them apologize. They owned. If they say, "Hey, you're Rahab," it was always, "Yes, that's who I am. I'm Rahab." They owned who they were. They were comfortable in their skin. If you watch some documentaries of people that were, criminals, diehard criminals, or white collar criminals and checks and all this kind of stuff, drug dealers, they owned it.
Mm-hmm.
They owned it. Now let's turn it over a little bit. Let's turn it over to the other side. Somebody that's, law abiding and regular citizen and, trying to do the right things. And it amazes me that they feel unworthy.
Right.
How? I don't get it. Because this person right here.
Right. They like, yeah, what up? Yeah. Like,
it's
what?
like,
yeah.
You go in YouTube them, they like, or Instagram, they like, hi, showing you the butt and feeling good about themselves. And this person right here, that's more conservative, and I gotta look a certain way, I'm a good person. And they are self-conscious, like I don't know what.
Right.
What is that phenomenon?
Right.
I had to ask myself that question long ago by seeing some of my friends, growing up with them. The guy doesn't have a pot to piss in. Dirty most of the time, but in his mind, he's God's gift to women on the earth.
Right.
And he really believes that. And he shows you evidence that that's true.
That he believes it. Yeah.
Because he will approach anybody. Anybody. And you're like, wow. He didn't just believe that. He knows who he is.
Right.
He knows. That's far than belief. That's past belief. Because like I tell people, you got to transcend belief.
Right.
Because I can't lead people and say, I believe that we'll make it. I believe that I could take you there. Oh no, people don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I think that
take us there,
yeah,
or you're not.
That word right there, though, transcend, that's a powerful word. I think that's like my word right now,
Yeah, we got to transcend that belief.
Yeah.
Because what we're saying, when we talk about belief, we're talking about a superficial understanding of,
right.
Yeah, I get it. And we call that belief.
Right.
Belief is a whole lot more than that. Belief is a knowing. Belief is here.
Right.
I believe that I'm worthy. I believe that I'm great. It's just like saying, I know. That's what when people say, I believe in myself.
Right.
They're not just saying that superficially.
Right.
You see those
Right.
athletes and be like, I believe that I'm, we're going to the Super Bowl, and like the Patriots, when Tom Brady says we're going to the Super Bowl, it's a matter of fact. It's
Right.
done.
Right. 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 They know, like they know, like they know.
Because those levels,
Right.
and they got to keep reiterating that
Right.
to their teammates as they go on, to make sure they got to keep seeing Super Bowl signs all around the place. They do these things. They have the whole room. It's like my house. My whole house is a vision board.
Right.
Everywhere I look, I have, hustle, never give up. Everywhere I go, I have my house, my Ferraris,
right.
my house, my apartments. Everywhere I look, I have those images.
Yeah, you can keep the cars. I just want the boats.
They keep going in my mind because I keep reminding myself.
Yeah.
I'm constantly reminding myself who I am, where I'm going, who my children are, what I want, the legacy I want to leave for them.
Yeah.
The legacy of the children that I don't even have yet, what I want to leave for them. The homes that I don't even have yet in this three-dimensional time.
Mm-hmm.
But in spirit, it's already done.
Yeah.
It's already done. It's already done because I'm calling it. And I don't care whether you see it, he sees it, or they don't see it. It doesn't matter to me. I see it. I've always been that type of kid. I just didn't understand how to use that power.
Right.
I've always had the mindset that when I'm focused on something, I'm focused on it no matter what anyone says. When I said that I was leaving the hood, it wasn't no question. There wasn't no option. I burned the ships. My friends were gone. They didn't talk to me. I was like, I'm leaving. I'm burning the ships. Right. I'm not going to talk to anyone. I want anyone talking to me.
Yeah.
I stayed home. I talked to my mom a lot. We made a plan. And I was determined I was leaving. And she saw my determination. She was like, okay, we're going to help you leave.
Right.
And one day I found myself in college on campus. Wasn't the smartest cat on the block. Didn't know how I got in. But I was on campus.
You willed your way
in orientation. Didn't have a place to stay. Met a counselor. Got a brand new apartment. A job paying me more money than I ever made in my life. And graduated top 10% in my class.
Awesome.
Because I was focused
on
my purpose.
Yeah.
And did I feel unworthy that I grew up with 10 of my friends and 8 of them are now underground? Do I feel unworthy? No. I feel worthy. I feel blessed that I can carry on their legacy of the good parts of them. That I could tell some of their stories to the different people, to different high school, colleges. I could tell their stories, the good parts of them, sometimes the bad parts of them, because sometimes the bad parts of them were the good parts of them. But they left me here to carry the legacy on, to tell their story. So I feel worthy. I feel blessed that I was chosen somehow to get through that war zone.
Right.
Because there was many times my mother didn't think I was going to make it. There was many times I thought I wasn't going to make it. But I'll tell you one thing. I remember waking up one day after my friend Mike died, and I said, I'm going to make it. I decided. And that's one of the things, the other things that I could say after you quiet your mind. You got to make that decision. I decided that I was going to get out. I decided that I was going to lead myself out of here. I decided that I was going to take me by the hand and walk out this neighborhood. I don't care where I was going to go, but I was going to walk out of that neighborhood alive.
Yeah.
So you got to decide that you are going to be worthy from this point on. You are going to decide that the voice that tells you that you're unworthy is not an enemy. It is trying to protect you. What is it trying to protect you from? It's trying to protect you from looking foolish amongst your friends. It's trying to protect you from making you look stupid in front of your children. All those things that you fear, it knows those things. It understands you intimately. And all it's doing is its job, protecting you. You have to, on the other hand, you have to come to a point where you say, hey, you know what? I'm the parent here.
Right.
You're the child. I needed that type of protection when I was 5.
Right.
Some of our beliefs, they're not grown up yet. We're probably 30, 40, 50 years old, 60 years old, but we're still operating under the 5-year-old mentality. I'm scared to look bad in front of my friends. I'm scared to talk to her. You know, she might say no. I wish I had the strength to ask her for a dance. Or, you know, I'm scared to walk up to that guy and say hello. Or I'm scared to tell him that he's handsome. Or I'm scared to buy this house. Or I'm scared to go into business for myself. Oh, I'm scared to go to the gym because my body doesn't look right. Oh, I'm scared. So that inner child that they talk about is listening. It's a listener. And as it listens, it says, okay, I got you. I won't let those things happen. And any position that you can get yourself into that will cause those things to happen, I will protect you. And that's what's happening. Number 1, quiet your mind. Quiet your mind. Get in a regiment. Read in the morning. Have your time with yourself. Quiet the mind. It won't start being quiet the first day, the second day, the third day, the 10th day, the 100th day. It takes some time. They say it takes 66 days to make a new habit. Give yourself those 66 days and a year. Do it every day consistently. If you forgot to do it in the morning, do it in the afternoon. Whenever you do it, just get in the habit of quieting yourself down. Don't try to silence the mind. Just try to stay quiet. Just try to not talk. There are some days that I go a full 24 hours or a full 48 hours. I don't talk. I try not to even talk in my mind because I'm disciplining myself. You must learn to discipline your mind. It's like a horse. You need to rein it back in. When it goes out and says that I'm unworthy, you need to say, I'm worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm worthy. And you got to keep pulling it back until it says, okay, you're worthy.
Yeah, it's like doing, like, you do it to break it. You know what I mean? To break, it's almost like I can see it almost like breaking in a saddle or breaking in a yoke of some sort, you know?
And what happens when you break in the saddle? It gets more comfortable.
Right.
So the more you stay into that place where you're worthy, you're going to get comfortable in that place. And then,
Right.
and then what's going to happen is it's going to protect you and stay there. So if somebody comes and say that you're not worthy, or something comes and make you feel unworthy, it's going to protect you again. It's going to be like, nah, we're worthy.
Right.
Because that's the information that's
the new, yeah. That's the new platform.
That's the new program.
Right.
You provided the information. All it's going by is the information that you provided. Has this been valuable?
Definitely.
Number 1 is quiet your mind. And what do you have as number 2?
You haven't given it to me yet.
I thought I gave you number 2.
No, we were doing 1, 2, and 3 to start with, but no.
I gave you number 1 as
It's quiet your mind.
Right.
Right. And the regiment.
Right. Yeah. The number 2 is the
discipline.
Is the discipline, focusing your mind.
Okay.
Is having a regiment.
Right. Okay.
Not the regiment. Go ahead. What was the other one?
Discipline your mind, rein it in.
Go ahead.
So that's all I have for that. You just started this.
It was something else that I said it will probably come out on the video when I send it to you, then you'll see it. But number 1 is always, it's so important that you meditate. You have to get quiet. You have to start looking inside. You have to. It is so important. Number 2 is that you have to come to a place where you start understanding that there needs to be systems in your life. Because as a leader, you need to have systems in your life that make your life work.
Right.
You can't just hope and wish.
Correct.
So those systems have to be in your life.
Right.
Whether that's a system of how you pay your bills, because you're fabulous at that.
Right.
You're fabulous at your business.
Right.
And you got to do it for your life, your spiritual life.
Right.
Right? Number 3. And number 3, I think number 3 is like a tough one, right? For people. Number 3 is that you have to talk to yourself. I think that's a tough one. You got to talk to yourself. You got to tell yourself who you are. You got to look in the mirror. You got to do mirror work. You got to tell yourself that I'm worthy. You got to tell yourself that you're lovable. You got to tell yourself that you're sexy. You got to tell yourself that you're a leader. You got to tell yourself that you're a great mom. You got to tell yourself every single day. You got to tell yourself that. That's one of my triggers. Once I walk through that bathroom and I look in that mirror, I tell myself, I love you.
Right.
I don't care what I did. I tell myself that I love you. I don't care what I just said. I tell myself that I love you. I don't care what I just thought. I tell myself that I love you. Once I walk through a door, I tell myself that this meeting is mine. I got this. Once I walk through a meeting door at work, and I'm about to give a presentation or I'm about to speak to my client, once I walk through that door, that's my trigger.
Yeah.
My chest is out.
Right.
I'm more confident. I'm tall. Yeah. I got this.
Yeah, because it's crazy.
Myself, I got this.
It's almost like it like And that's how I feel sometimes. Like I feel it come on me. You know what I mean? And I feel it. I mean, like I literally feel like I am like shining bright, you know? But it's almost like I have to, like, on purpose, like remember that. You know what I mean? And I think that's what, you know what I mean though? Like I feel like sometimes I feel it and I'm like, yeah, you own that. That's who you are. You know what I mean? And I just walk through it and I feel it, but I just want it to be one. I want to be one with it where
Here's the thing.
I don't want it to be like a cloak. You know what I mean? Where I put it on and off.
Here's the thing. And I'm glad you said that. Here's the trick, the hack.
Tell me.
Before I tell you the hack, let me tell you what you're going through.
Okay.
These occurrences of you putting on your higher self is coming on by accident.
Right. Exactly.
It just comes.
Right.
What you want to do, and here's the fascinating thing, what you want to do, you want to have this thing come on purpose.
Right.
You want to be a deliberate creator of this thing.
Right.
You want to turn it on when you want to turn it off, turn it on, and you want to turn it off when you want to turn it off.
Right. Because sometimes I don't want to feel like that when I'm walking into the gas station. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And sometimes you don't want to feel like that when you go to the gas station.
Right.
But those are levels. Like
right.
For me, I like feeling like that all the time.
Right. As a woman, I just don't want the attention that draws that all the time.
Because I understand that I can only draw in what I program my mind to draw in.
Okay.
If I'm drawing in love, if I program my intention is to draw in love all the time, I'm only going to draw in that love. Anything that comes to me, it's coming in because love allowed it into my life. No matter how it looks.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. I just don't understand why my car was broken into. I just don't understand why I didn't get the loan. I just can't understand why he said no or she said no. I don't understand why this business failed, but it's love. Because that's what I put out there.
Right.
Anything that I put out, it has to come back.
Yeah. And love is such a big thing for me too. You know, I feel like that's like a strength. You know what I mean? Like a superpower.
Well, love, let me go back to my thing before I get to that other part. So there are levels to this thing where you want to get to the point where you want to get to a point, because two different energies can't occupy the same space at the same time.
Right. Right.
So you want the energy of love to dominate that space at all times.
Right.
You want that energy of confidence to dominate that at all times.
Right. It either is or it isn't.
You want that.
Right.
Because you're a universe. You're one song. And you want to play that song throughout your life. And that song is called love. The most powerful emotion in the whole world.
Right.
This is what my mission is all about. My movement is leadership. People that love their families, people that love their teams, people that care, people that's here to serve. Universe, one song. That's the only song I want to play, is that song of love, that song of caring. I have no room for no other song. Literally. It's just one song. And you have to come to the place where you give up fear. Fear of what could happen. Fear of what might happen. Fear of what happened in the past, or fear of what might happen in the future. Fear, fear, fear. You got to get rid of that. How do you get rid of fear? You got to face it.
Right.
Hey, if you enjoyed that video, here is part 3. Click on this video right there. I think you'll enjoy it. I'll see you there.